Good morning. Good morning. We're getting the party started early this morning. We are starting officially at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. But I just wanted to give some time for folks to come on and get your cup of coffee, get your water, something to write with, and let's get the party started. Happy Saturday. We're live on the Culture Academy LLC on YouTube. Come and join us and get this information. We are now live on YouTube at the Culture Academy. I can't wait to see you. We're starting in 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's go. Good morning, Culture Academy friends. We are at 1 minute on YouTube at the join us. We cannot wait to see you. We are live in 30 YouTube at the Culture. All right, everyone. Good morning. It is Saturday. We have about 30 more seconds.
Good morning.
30 more seconds. 30 more seconds, and we will get 30 more seconds. Now let's get the music. All right, good morning, everyone. It is Saturday, April 6th at 9 o'clock a.m. And I want to welcome you to the very first Culture Academy LLC webinar. I'm going to start calling these Saturday schools, but we are so happy to see your faces here. So excited for you to be here. Before we get started, I wanted us to look at this quote. And this quote, take a moment to read the quote and then drop in the chat box. What are your thoughts about the quote? I'll read the quote to you because I'm just super excited. The culture of any organization is shaped by the worst behavior the leader is willing to tolerate. Tell me about that. Give me some thoughts in that chat box. Give you a minute or two to think about that. And as we do this today, I want to be extremely transparent and open with you. This may be my first webinar that I'm doing, hosting live on YouTube. I am not a YouTube guru at all, but I'm learning. So I'm going to tell you transparently and honestly, I cannot see the chat. So I'm just going to keep going and I'm going to find a way to make it work. But in the meantime, just let me know again, what do you think about this quote? And if you're just joining us, please go ahead and drop in the chat where you're from, what part of the world you're from, and how did you find out about us? That would be great to know as well. So I'll give it a minute more for you to ponder the quote as well as to tell us where you're joining us from today. All right. So I want to officially welcome you to the Culture Academy LLC. Our session today is talking about transforming turmoil, the TQA way, of course. I am your facilitator and the CEO and the founder and also the culture strategist of the Culture Academy. And again, today is Saturday, April 6th, 9 to 10 a.m. I want to thank you in advance for your time. So here's our agenda for today. We're going to do a welcome and check-in, which we've done already. We'll go over the agenda like we're doing now. We'll have an intro, story time, and story time is juicy, okay? And then we'll talk about strategies, summaries and takeaways, reflection, and a call to action. So let's get started. But before I could even get started, I got to give you my receipts. My name is Dr. Kiana Obeng, affectionately known as Dr. Q, and I am the CEO, founder, and culture strategist for the Culture Academy LLC. I hail from the Bronx, New York. I've resided in Georgia for an extensive amount of time. I have also lived overseas in Japan for 8 years, yes, and I got to sharpen my administrative skills there. I have 20 plus years in education. I've been a teacher of middle school and high school. I was an instructional coach for elementary school and secondary school as well. I transferred to the federal government and had an opportunity to work as an instructional systems specialist, which this is a fancy name for an instructional coach. I've served as the building administrator for elementary schools and secondary schools. And currently, I am a leadership coach. So I do have receipts. I know what it takes to build and transform climate and culture. I know what it takes to start off your career as an administrator. I do this for a living. This is what I do. This is who I am. This is what I breathe. I live, I eat, I sleep. I absolutely love who I am in this space. And I'm so excited that you're here to join us as well. All right. So remember, I told you that story time was about to be juicy. And so let's take a look at this story time for today. Out of nowhere, you get a phone call from the district, from the region, saying that you have received several complaints as it relates to from the community, and you are just tired. You're tired. You're tired. You're frustrated. You just don't even know what to do. And so, before you even pause and think, and I should tell you that this has been inspired by true events. Okay, let's say that before you can even stop or think, you run to the loudspeaker at the school and you call an impromptu stand-up meeting because you have to get your folks straight. Now, we already starting off on the wrong foot, but let's keep going with the story time because again, this is inspired by true events. So you're highly frustrated and upset. You call this impromptu staff meeting, and in this staff meeting, it's your plan to deliver a new set of non-negotiables to the staff. Like, just we're not even negotiating, we're push and play. This is what we're doing. And all in the name of this is what's in the best interest of the students. However, we all know, don't tell anybody, that this is a knee-jerk reaction to the level of frustration that you've been feeling, the phone calls that you've been receiving from higher level leadership, and you're just at a loss and don't know what to do. And again, this is inspired by true events. So as you're in this staff meeting, this impromptu staff meeting that creates a sense of urgency, you are starting to rattle off your list of 10 non-negotiables. And before you could even stop, Before you could even finish, that is, you're on non-negotiable number 8. And all of a sudden, you are interrupted by the erupts of loud sighs, eye rolls, neck rolls, and a few, it's time for me to use the bathroom, but we really walking out of the meeting. How, just let me just pause there right now. How many of us have experienced? To add insult to injury, after the around you are planning a that, or in your mind, this is what's happening. They're spreading criticism, attacking your character, your integrity. Let's not forget the leadership team gets a part of this as well, right? You're just one part of it. And they're concerned and angry and highly upset about how situations have been handled. Listen, at this point, again, inspired by true events, we are walking through the hallways and the campus of the building to greet staff and parents and students, all to see, the hand over the mouth whispers, the death stares, the ones that's like, look, let me catch you outside in the parking lot. Listen, again, I don't know if this is you, but I'm going to tell you, this is inspired by true events. Okay, so I'm speaking from experience if you didn't pick that up. As this toxicity continues to brew, you as the leader feel like you're drowning and you can't come up for air. And if you do come up for air, it's only for very short periods of time. And before you get dunked again and submerged again into the water. You're looking for your help. You're looking to be rescued. But the only thing that's helping and rescuing you, which is really not, is added bricks to you and your downfall. Like people are just preying on your downfall. Your staff is preying on your downfall. And what does that look like? Increased staff absenteeism, high staff turnover, a decline in staff engagement, which all leads to what? A decline in student achievement. And all these things are weighing you down and you don't know what to do. And once again, the disclaimer, inspired by true events. So what do? Where do you start? Go ahead and let me know. What do you think you do? First of all, let me know, because I don't need you to tell me what you would do right now. I need you to let me know if this has happened for you. Well, friends, there is hope. There is hope. There is hope. All right. I hope you all can hear me. There is hope. Test, 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 test. There is hope. Okay. Here are some strategies for success. Transparent and open communication. Nurturing collaboration and engagement/celebration. Ways that you can be and communication is by clearly communicating expectations, objectives, and responsibilities consistently to staff members. But don't forget that before you could do that, you need to be able to foster trust through transparent communication and open channels for sharing ideas, feedback, and concerns. So basically, you need to be able to allow to bring their concerns, their feedback, and suggestions to you. Secondly, when we talk about nurturing collaboration, we want to ensure that we're cultivating collaboration platforms. And so basically what that means is that we're leveraging teamwork from an expertise of our team. We also want to promote teamwork and collective problem solving to achieve a common goal. Now, it is amazing to be able to open and honest communication and nurturing collaboration. But at the end of the day, how are we recognizing and celebrating our staff. So we should definitely empower individuals to take on leadership roles, help them get involved with the goal setting process and the decision making process, provide opportunities for individuals to be recognized for their contributions and achievements. And those are just a few short ways that we could have some strategies for success. I'll pause there and let that sink in. Go ahead in the chat box and let me know what you think about that. All right. Looking good, looking good, looking good. Thank you for sharing. Let's go ahead and reflect back on the scenario that we had and see how we can or could have applied these strategies of success to that scenario. All right, so if you remember, let me go back to the scenario real quick so you know what we're reframing, right? You remember you've gotten this phone call, upper level leadership about your leadership and how the staff members in your building are responding to parents, and talking about how you became frustrated because you just did not know what and how to move forward. Your staff has started to erupt in toxicity. They are coming against you. You can't even walk the building greeting the folks without having death stares and whispers. And so that was the frame that we were thinking in. And then we just went through some strategies for success on how to work through this situation. So now let's specifically put these strategies for success to this scenario. All right. So thinking about transparent and openness of communication. How about, let me first be clear. Remember, again, I said that this was inspired by true events. And so these are the actions that I took, because this is a true event, that I took to be successful in this situation. So the first thing that I decided to do was to share the concerns with the staff that has risen to the radar of district and region level. So when I got the phone call, the first time I went in, I just started shooting, shots fired, because I didn't know how to handle what information I was presented with. And so I kind of took a step back and I went and I started from the foundation. And I went and shared the concerns with the staff. So here, let's be open. Let's be transparent. I got a phone call from the district, from the region, because there's been complaints. Let me tell you what the complaints are. And then I had to share the why with the staff by reminding them of the policies and the procedures and the parameters by which we could work given the direction from upper level leadership. We also then started thinking about, how do I take the me out of the team and make it a we situation? And that's where collaboration comes into play. So I started looking at the staff, and before, usually I would just, ask and delegate and tell people, hey, I want you to go here. I want you to do this. But at this time, I realized that I had to leverage the expertise in my building. I had to leverage the members of the team. And so I said, hey, friends, this is the situation. This is where we stand. I don't know who is interested in helping support us or get off the radar, but I'm going to put it out on the table. And so what I did was I gave the opportunity for staff members to create a committee or a task force to address this concern. And then from there, the task force and the committee was empowered to share updates and progress with the staff. So I kind of took it off of it just being a me thing, but a shared responsibility for collective efficacy. So everybody had a part to play in us moving to the next level. excuse me, once we started to see this collective come together, this collective efficacy, we then started to see an increase in a upward trend in where we were going and a decrease in the concerns or the complaints from stakeholders. And this is all due to the task force and committee that was created to address these concerns. And so, as a leader, it was definitely my responsibility to celebrate the staff for their contributions and to share how the data was improving. In fact, not only was I, the lead cheerleader, if you will, but I allowed the committee, the task force, to share the data. And then I came behind them to say, listen, this is the growth that we've done. Remember, this is where we started. Let's celebrate. Now, it was not just an upward trend immediately, right? It was bumps, it was bruises in the road. But the most important thing is to make sure that you celebrate at every step of the way. And not only are you celebrating the entire staff for their collective effort to move the data where it needs to go, but we also recognize those members of the team for volunteering to support, and additionally ensured that I supported them by helping them to highlight what they did and ask them what they wanted to do for their next level of professional and personal growth. So that is how we use this framework of communication, collaboration, and celebration to address that scenario. So here is basically how we sum all of that up. As the leader, you set the tone. You set the tone by being transparent and open, by nurturing collaboration and engagement. And the engagement is the celebration piece, because who does not like to be celebrated? Now, after hearing story time, this strategy you to share with me, or think about, of course, before you share with me, one key takeaway or insight that resonated with you the most. What is one key takeaway or insight that resonated with you the most? If you're just joining us, I'm telling you, you have to go back and watch the replay, because we just talked about a real deal juicy scenario that leaders face. I'm a leader. A leader is me. I'm she. We talked about some strategies for success, and now we are reflecting on what was the most insightful thing that we gleaned from the strategies. Also, if you're just joining us, please, please, please let us know where in the world are you joining us from, and how did you come across this webinar today? All right, I'll give you about 30 more seconds to let me know one key takeaway or insight that resonated with you the most and why. All right. Well, this was a brief webinar of information, but I want to invite you to take some action by looking at these next steps. So, mark your calendars, because on Saturday, May 4th at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, we, the Culture Academy LLC, will be presenting another webinar. And it's going to be bigger and it's going to be better. So we are super excited for you and for us. We want to see you there. We want to see you there. All right, that's going to be Saturday, May 4th at 9 a.m. The second way, the call to action that I just absolutely would love for you to do is to book a consultation call with your coach or strategist, Dr. Q, that's me. And you can do that by accessing my Calendly link. And that's going to be https calendly.com, and you're looking for the Coacher Academy. And lastly, a call to action that I would ask you to do is to join and engage with us on all of our social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter. Okay, so, and of course YouTube, where you are right now. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Okay. Now, for you, as it relates to your leadership, because your leadership matters, I'd like for you to take a moment to reflect on your own workplace dynamics. While you're reflecting on your workplace dynamics, identify areas for improvement. And as a commitment, I'd like to invite you to document on how you will implement at least one strategy learned in today's session within the next month, and how will you measure success. So I know that was a mouthful. Let me repeat that one more time. Take a moment to reflect on your current workplace dynamics, whether you're the leader, whether you're the teacher. Identify areas for improvement and document how you will implement at least one strategy learned in today's session within the next month, and how you will measure success. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to do that. I'll put some music on as you think through that, and we'll come back in 2 minutes. All right, friends, I wanted to take this moment to give you an opportunity to ask questions and answer them. But I have gotten word that my chat feature is not working, unfortunately. But I would love for you, love for you to consider to drop your questions in my at the Culture Academy LLC on any of the social media platforms that you follow. Please give me some feedback on how today went. Again, just to be clear, when I first started, I let you know that this was my very first webinar on this platform. And so in the spirit of transparency and openness, I was not sure. I can't see what you see. I can't see what you see. So I do have to go back and do some more research, but I do hope that this information was powerful and impactful. Once again, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your very busy Saturday to spend with me. And I'd like for you to choose to be great on purpose. Consider booking not even consider, just go on and book you a consultation call with the Culture Academy. And you can do that by accessing our social media platforms. It's specifically our Calendly link. Let me put that back up for you. It is HTTPS. It's right here on the screen, calendly.com. And you're looking for the Culture Academy. With that being said, I want to thank you again so very much for your time, your attentiveness, and your engagement. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing me to bring some nuggets on this Saturday for the Saturday school session. If you want to connect with us, which why wouldn't you? Please, again, consider following us and engaging with us. Don't just follow, engage, subscribe, and share all of our social media platforms. We can be found on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and it's called the Culture Academy LLC or the Culture Academy. And last but not least, on the screen, you'll see a QR code that'll take you to our e-business card. So if you want to get some more information and you need another way to connect, there it is. Please, please take a moment to give me some feedback on how you think the session was. What do you want to hear for our next webinar on Saturday, May 4th at 9:00 a.m.? And then just tell me how you want to connect with us. I would really greatly appreciate it. And I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Make sure that you rest, reset, relax, and recharge and take care of you. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye.